Hello everyone, it's Eric from Coffee, Beers, and Bow Ties, and I'm super excited today about brewing two phenomenal coffees. The first is from Ethnos Coffee Roasters, and we're going to brew their Honey Gold. The second coffee that we're going to brew today is from Javae Coffee, and we're doing their Haitian Love Letter. So we have the Haitian Love Letter right there, and we have the Honey Gold. So the idea between this collaboration between the two brews is that I got these coffees pretty much at the same time, and when I tried them both, they took me to a particular place and time, and two things that happened that was significant right back to back. The first one was high school graduation. It took me back because their packaging reminded me the color of my high school graduation. For some reason, that was the first thing that came to my mind because our school colors were purple and gold. For some reason that day, my parents decided, I don't know how they came up with it, but it seemed like everyone was dressed alike in some sort of yellow or gold, and it took me to that place. When I drank the coffee, again, delicious, reminded me of family, reminded me of just being in a good space. I wanted to add the Javae coffee, the Haitian Love Letter, because 7 days after I graduated from high school, I was on a bus and I was on my way to Great Lakes, Illinois, on my way to boot camp. Without family, I had to learn how to be strong. And that's what this coffee reminds me of, the Haitian Love Letter. It's a phenomenal story. When you get the opportunity to go over to Coffee Black's Instagram page, and they are doing an interview with Javae Coffee, and I tell you, the history and the culture of talking about Haitian coffee is just phenomenal. I won't even attempt to try to go in depth with what they were talking about. If you want to know more about the Haitian coffee story and about Javae Coffee, head over there. Had the opportunity to talk to both of these roasters on a personal level, and I'm just excited to get started with this brew. Okay, so two coffees brewed two different ways on one machine. So let's get started. So we added the Breville Barista Touch to our collection, and I've been messing around with it for the last couple of days, and I still have a lot to learn. So this is a disclaimer. By no means am I an expert on this machine. It kind of does a lot of the thinking for me, so we're going to get started. But I will say this, during that time I was on my way to boot camp, right before I left, I don't know what I was thinking, but I shaved my head bald, and I found out, once I got to boot camp, that I did need to shave my head bald. So I was, it was a funny time. So anyway, these coffees and these stories, they make me reminisce and make me go back. And it's just phenomenal what coffee and what remembering different moments in life, what it'll do for you. So let's get started with the brew. So our two ways that we're going to brew today is we're going to make a honey latte with the Honey Gold, right? Makes sense. And then we're going to do the Haitian Love Letter in an espresso shot. So we're going to use the stock portafilter that came with the Barista Touch to do the espresso shot. And here we have a bottomless portafilter from Crema. So I like the way this one works. Is at the bottom, you can kind of, when you look down, you can see the crema, you can see everything falling. We probably won't be able to get that shot yet, not yet, but we're going to do the Honey Gold with the bottomless, and we're going to do the Haitian Love Letter with the stock portafilter that came with the Breville. Okay, so first things first, we're going to get started with our Honey Gold. So in the hopper right now is the Honey Gold, and inside the Baratza Encore is the Haitian Love Letter. So we're not mixing the two coffees. This machine is so dope. All you really have to do is take your portafilter, put it on the support arms, go to your menu, say you want to do a latte, right? I have the grind settings already set. You hit grind, and just like that, it's done. So it already has a preset, predetermined setting for each one of these drinks, but you can go into the settings for each one of those and you can alter it, whether you want it to grind less time, more time, to get you that perfect brew, to get you that perfect grind for your brew. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of shake that down a little bit, and then the tamping tool is right here. So we're gonna tamp this down nice and tight. Do it the other way so you guys can see. So we're gonna tamp this down. It's not pretty, but we're working on it. Evenly distribute it. Okay, that looks good to me. All right, so there we go. We take the portafilter, put it inside the group head, make sure that that's nice and tight. Here's our cup that we're going to use for our latte. Okay, that's in place, and then all you do is hit the button, the brew button, and there you go. So what I've learned is that about 7-8 seconds is when you want to see action. If you see it before, it's right at 7 seconds. Look at that, that thing looks gorgeous. Oh yeah, it looks good. It's gonna be good. And that's it. And so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our milk. We're gonna put our milk in place. We want to froth our milk. Now that the milk is done frothing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove it from its position. We're gonna lift up the wand handle. All right, we're gonna set our milk right there. We're gonna take our rag. We're gonna clean the spout. All right. The cool thing about this machine is that once you take this and put it back into place, it purges itself. So it's pretty cool, right? So we're gonna remove the portafilter. And we're gonna dump this puck. All right, so what we're gonna do now is for our honey latte, we're gonna take some honey. We have our coffee here and we have our honey, and we're just gonna drizzle some honey on the walls of the cup. Just like that. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? All right, and now we're gonna take our milk. Now, I'm no latte artist, so, you know, I'm working on it. How about that? Not too bad. Not too bad. Work in progress. Work in progress. On the wild side, and take a little bit of cinnamon and put it on top. How about that? What do you guys think about that one? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? So that's our honey latte, and I think it's gonna be really delicious. All right, that's the honey latte, Ethnos coffee right there, honey gold. Let's see what it tastes like. Delicious. All right, so coffee number 2. Let's get into it. So like I said, we have the honey gold inside this hopper. So we grinded the Haitian love letter in the encore at the same setting. So I did a comparison between the honey gold, between the Breville and the honey gold that's here, with the encore at grind setting number 8, and they both came out pretty comparable as far as grind size. So I'm satisfied with that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the stock portafilter loaded up with 16 grams of coffee, and we're gonna get the espresso shot going. That gives us 16 grams of coffee. We're gonna move the scale out of the way. Here we're gonna use our tamper to get this inside of the portafilter. All right, so give that a good little push down and twist. I'm gonna clean off this excess around the sides. All right, I think that's packed pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this one. All right, so that's in, that out of the way. Here's our glass for the espresso shot. Again, we just go to the menu, we slide over for espresso. We want a double, we already have it, and we just hit brew, and just like that. And our double is done. All right, so we're gonna take this and pull this out and take a look at that. Look at that color variation in there. Phenomenal pour. Look at the crema on top. Look at that crema on top. Yeah, so I'm learning, but if I do say so myself, I think that's a good pull. So let's see how this one tastes. That'll wake you up in the morning. That'll wake you up any morning. So that's our brew for the day. Today we did coffee from Ethnos coffee roasters, and we did a honey latte, which is here. We did a honey latte with a little bit of cinnamon on top. And from Javae coffee, the Haitian love letter, we pulled an espresso, a double espresso. And that's our double espresso with a nice heavy crema on top. And they're both delicious. So thank you guys for tuning in for another suit up and brew up. And of course, naturally, got the suit for you. So that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look for more videos, and we'll talk to you guys later. Coffee, beers, and bow ties, y'all.